Hi guys, I'm Malcolm Allen. I'm a biosecurity officer here at the ORC. I'm here to talk today about rabbit fencing, in particular how and when you can use it as an effective management tool on your property here in Otago. Fencing is a great first step when it comes to rabbit management. Effective fencing can help to reduce reinvasion after control and also maximise the effectiveness of ongoing control on the property. It can also help to protect high-value resources, the likes of native seedlings, desirable plantings, lawns, etc. While initial costs of rabbit fencing can be high, it often works out to be one of the cheapest tools in the long run. To be effective, a rabbit fence should be at least 600 to 900 mils high, ideally 900 high with a 300 mil skirt. It should be made from galvanised wire netting. Plastic netting is not ideal as it can be eaten through and damaged. Have a mesh size no larger than around 40 millimetres. Have the bottom of the fence buried at least 150 to 300 mils into the ground, or bent as an apron and pegged in the direction that the rabbits will attempt to enter. If you are unable to bend the skirt in the direction that rabbits are likely to attack the fence, so to speak, it's critical that you peg the netting down securely and check it more frequently. Pegs should be hit into the ground at least a 45-degree angle if you can. Be checked regularly for signs of rabbit climbing, digging, burrowing, and also repairing any issues that you may encounter along the line at least 4 times a year. Regular maintenance will reduce the need for periodic expensive rebuilding and keep the fence in a stock-proof, rabbit-proof condition. Gates should be kept closed when not in use, preferably with a concrete or wooden board sill under to prevent rabbits squeezing their way underneath. Alternatively, rabbit netting can also be used to prevent movement under or around the gate. Cylinders of rabbit netting or sheet steel guards can also be used to protect young trees or shrubs from rabbits, basically to just discourage any access to young seedlings and fresh growth.
We realised that rabbit numbers were slowly creeping up. We actually put a 10 by 10 rabbit exclusion plot up in 2016.
Okay.
It was very interesting to see within the plot, young Pittosporum, lancewood, ferns, all doing really well. Outside the plot, just leaf litter and ring-barked stems. So we knew that rabbit numbers were slowly going up, but I think it was the ORC that pushed us into doing something about it. We're glad we did.
There was a fun side too, wasn't there? Because I had an excuse to get 2 useful bits of kit. One was a thermal scope and the other was a staple driver. So, but they were worked hard. But to give you some idea of how successful the rabbit netting was, before then, if I went out for half an hour with the rifle, I would get between 7 and 10 rabbits. After the rabbit netting and poisoning, I've shot 1 in the last 6 months. The change has been astonishing, physically.
But I guess the really nice thing is the regrowth that we've seen. Because these areas are covenanted, you're looking 500 years ahead in terms of the forest. And it was pretty sad, actually, in terms of no young trees coming away at all, no seedlings. And so many trees ring-barked, up to perhaps 20 centimetres, as high as a rabbit can get. Big trees like this, lacebark, kowhai. Now, and it's happened surprisingly quickly, carpets, young kowhai seedlings. There's clematis seedlings coming up everywhere, and rabbits love clematis, because our other big ones were all destroyed. Nio seedlings, mahoi, all saplings that are now probably a metre coming up through the fern. It's been really rapid, much faster than I anticipated, actually.
A huge thank you to John and Maura today for sharing their thoughts and experience with us. Hopefully we've answered a lot of people's questions about fencing and you're keen to give it a go on your own property. But don't forget, this is just one of the tools in the rabbit management toolbox. Rabbit fencing should be used in conjunction with other control that's tailored to the size, type the location of your property and the density of rabbits you're dealing with. For more information about fencing and other rabbit control methods, check out the rabbit page on our Pest Hub, or get in touch with us on 0800 474 082 and ask to speak to one of the biosecurity team.